Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hey, Nikki, how's the baby? Kiss the baby for me. Hey, you digging me? Hello, Miss January. Hello, Shay. Hey, Nakia. Hey, woman of God. Hello, everyone. I am not showing myself today as usual. It's morning, and I am not presentable. So I decided to come on to have a discussion. Um, I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes for a couple of people to get on. Hey Audrey, hey Bora Bora, hey Rita. Good morning, good afternoon in some places, like here, and good evening in places like Africa and Europe and all those other wonderful places. Hi everybody. Hey God Kales is back. Hey Mitzvah. Hey Timothy. Hello everyone. Hello. We have 33 people in the chat. Hey Jay, how are you? Hey Shay, I think I said hi to you already. I just came on, guys, I have a lot to talk about today. One is being of Mr. Darrell Baby Powder Johnson. And hey Elizabeth, and also Don Russell's what do you call it, his discovery that they posted on the 23rd. I'm going to talk about that later. Okay. Yes, Kayla, I did get a chance to watch Tasha K last night in regards to Darrell Johnson. I will give my commentary on it. As far as from my side, I'm not going to play any of her stuff because she gave the warning out last night that she's going to strike pages of those who play her stuff. So I got caught last time and I'm not going to get caught again this time. Hey Rob J, how are you? Thank you, Rob. We're going to talk because something is fishy in the water. Something is really fishy, y'all. I went and did some research myself. And when I'm gonna give you a little bit of scenario here. Hold on. Hold on a second. Say. Yeah, I understand, but I'm gonna go by the interview he did. The interview. Thank you so much for the text. But I understand your text message for the person who just texted me, but I am going by what okay. All right. Here's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna play some videos for you guys, and I'm gonna play some recordings because nothing is my word, guys. Nothing is my word at all. I am just bringing you information. I am not the one who's stating these things. These are stuff that's being stated on by individuals themselves, not Sylvia. Okay. Sometimes the best medicine is for us to stay quiet when you're in the eye of the public, because there are recordings and videos that comes back to haunt us later on. You understand what I'm saying? They haunt us because people could use that as some sort of ammunition against you later on. Okay. I am going to play something first because Mr. Johnson himself stated that he did not work for Mr. Kelly. He was not hired by Mr. Kelly, but he was hired by Mr. Greenberg. That is his word, y'all. I didn't say it. Sylvia didn't say it. This is something he said on the interview. And I'm about to play that interview for you guys. And also, I'm going to show you some things that from the research that I've done that It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. It does not look good. And it's a question I have. It's a question on my topic. My question is, how can Steve have hired Mr. Johnson or Mr. Greenberg hired Mr. Johnson, and with this man having such a shady background? I mean, his shady background stems from 2003. So why didn't anybody do the research before adding him on or even allowing him to speak on behalf of Mr. Kelly? On behalf of Mr. Kelly. Who brought this dude around, Robert? Who brought this dude into the camp? Who? It's a bunch of shady stuff, y'all. I'm serious. I'm just looking from the outside, just giving my opinion and my thought, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. We are all individual who God has given us an opinion. Not saying that my opinion is above anybody else, because it's not. It's just that I want to talk about how in the world did this individual, based on what I watched last night, this individual was shady from day one. Who brought him into the fold? Who allowed him to be around? And it seemed like everywhere Robert turns, Mr. Kelly turns, there's always some crooked people around. There's always some crooked people in the camp some kind of way. Well, here's my deal, Dom. Thank you for your statement. Thank you for your statement, Dom. Here's the deal. Whenever someone is coming into someone's environment, especially when you're coming to represent that person, most of the time, as an employee or a contract person, you would check the person's background, check their references, check to see who's this person that's coming in, because you just can't let everybody around somebody of that status. Seriously. Any job you go to, like you get a job interview, they check your background, they check who you are. And this guy had public information that I agreed. Dom, that's why I said too. Well, similar to the same. Okay. But the thing is, as a lawyer, you're bringing, this man is giving your name. This guy is giving your name, right? This guy, I understand Steve is busy. It's still a responsibility. If this guy is using your name and saying that you hired him, that means that you're gonna take the brunt of the issues that this guy bring about, because people are gonna look at you. Period. They're gonna look at you because they're gonna say, okay, he says he worked for you. Hold on, let me just play the live, because hold on. I know all of y'all upset, and some of y'all disagree with me. I understand that. I really do. All I'm going by is the interview and what is being brought to the public, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm not here to fight anybody about anything. I'm just here to give my point of view, because I, as an ex-boss, as a person who used to do hiring, I had to check references of people. I had to check the background of people. We had to go, whatever they put down on their paperwork, we had to verify it. We had to get some extra amount of people to verify what they're saying. And it is our responsibility. If we're bringing somebody into a company, because I used to work for Verizon, bringing people around where people have access to people's social security number, different things, you have to make sure that the person's background matches. You have to check what the background matches, period. The point is, this dude had an extensive record here. And I'm going to show it to you guys right now in a minute. Just hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm not sending a StreamYard yet. Let me bring out my points first before I bring people on, okay? I will bring you on, Dom, in a minute. Just let me bring this stuff up first. Okay, hold on. All right. I'm going to show you one page first. This is a hot topic here. This people like, ooh. Okay, let me I understand, Bora Bora. I understand he fooled a lot of people, but it's still, this was public record that it was out here since 2003. Since 2003. Let me just bring you guys some. Hold on a second. Let me just bring y'all some of this stuff here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me bring this up to you guys. Hold on. All right. Here's this. Come on now. Come on. It's taking its time to share. Hold on a second. One second. Okay, guys, I'm not going to read the comments for a minute because I'm trying to get this thing up and running so I can show you guys. This thing is not. So if you guys are talking, I'm not seeing it right now because I'm on the other side of the screen here. Come on, come on, come on. It's taking its time. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's doing some analyzing stuff right here. I was running a defragment on my computer this morning, and it's still running. So when I try to share the screen, it's not sharing at the moment. It has 50, 60 seconds left on it. Hold on a second. Just a second. Just a second. All right, let's see if I can open up another screen. Maybe I can do it that way. Let me do it that way. Let's see. Let me cancel it. Hold on. Okay, I probably won't be able to show the stuff that I got here. Hold on. It's saying 93%. Saying defragmented. Let me close this out and come back. Hold on. Let me close this out and I'll be right back with you guys. Just hold on a second. Just hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. All right, we got 75 in here. Let's see if I can share it now. Let's see if it's going to work to share it. Oh, there it is. It worked, y'all. All right. All right. So let me just, you guys see this? You guys see this, right? All right. You have Mr. Johnson. This is a 2014 case, right? And then you have, hold on, let's see. That's 2014, right? They waived the bond fee, right? That's in Texas, right? Give his name and all that, right? Then you have another case right here. This is a judgment, a final default judgment, right? You have him here, right? And this one was, what year was this one? Hold on. The other one was 2014. This one doesn't, I thought I had a date on this one. That looked like 2011 in this one. I'm not too sure. Okay, let me show you another one. Now you have this case here. That is a 2016 case, right? I'm just showing you just different cases, right? This is a 2016 case, right? Then you have another case. This one here is 2000. This is with Chevrolet. This is a 2000 and what year is this one? I don't know what year this is. This one here. I have to go look up this case, but that is another case right here, right? That's 3 cases so far we talked about, right? Let's go to the bottom here. Let's go some more cases. Hold on. And there's another case right here. This is a 2003 case right here. 2003. There's a judgment on here, right? This is with KC Pipe Repair. So this guy has had so many cases, right? And this is a thing says running a business and a majority responsibility. You have a payroll operation task fulfilling to your civil and personal responsibility. Therefore, when you fail the client fails to pay you for your services an amount of $92,000, blah, 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 blah. So this is what he puts down here, right? Okay. So this guy has a total of, how many cases? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 7 cases that we know of. And there's some more cases that we don't know of. So he started having these, judgments and things like that since 2003. So there should have been some sort of background check on this guy. It definitely should have been a background check. All right. All right. Then the other thing is, right here. This is his and then he had a couple of criminal cases too, because I went and pulled that up. He has a couple of criminal cases of doing fraud and embezzlement and things like that. So this guy has had a run-in with the law prior to him being taken on the position of crisis manager for Mr. Kelly. So therefore, he should have never been around Mr. Kelly. He should have never, because I believe, because remember, he's the one who persuaded Mr. Kelly to go on that Gayle King interview, right? From my understanding. So from my understanding, Dom, if you Google it, hold on a second. If you Google it, let me just go ahead and pull up some of the stuff. Hold on. Reader's right. A background check should always be done. Hold on a second. Let me just pull this up for you. Let me pull this up. I did a little file for him. Hold on. Pull up his file. Yeah, if y'all typing, I'm not looking at the messages, so I don't know what you guys are typing. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to pull up his file. Oh, this thing's sticking again. Daggone it. This computer's, it's an overload with stuff I have here. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Hold on a second. Let me just pull it up. Hold on. Oh, and I wanted to bring up his resume. Hold on a second, guys. This is his resume that he has out there, that he placed out there. Hold on. This is his resume. This is his resume that he has out there. He says it's since 2001, Darrell T. Johnson has furnished crisis management services as a leader of Crisis Management International based in Middleton, Delaware. Among his primary responsibilities, Darrell Tracy Johnson managed high-profile cases for elected official, athlete, members of the media, and celebrities. In cases involving complex legal challenges, Darrell Johnson helps to prepare his client for upcoming procedures and assists them in understanding all phases of what is taking place. He believes that effective communication must combine both messaging and logistic, and he works with clients to ensure statements are well timed in response to crisis event. Prior to founding Crisis Manager International, Mr. Johnson was an entertainment and sports director at a top sports and entertainment company. To prepare for his career, he studies business and theology at the University of St. Thomas in Houston. In addition to helping his client manage difficult situations, he enjoys staying active and he counts jogging and golfing among the favorite activity. And then if you go down to his resume, hold on. Go down. It says work experience, January 2001 to present, Crisis Management International, and then he just give you his education, which is very limited. He didn't put too much out there. So for him having extensive background, it doesn't show. He doesn't give references or anything. So let's go. Let's get out of this. All right, let me put the link in. Let me put the link in. Hold on. Yes, Heaven, I did watch the documentary. Tasha K did a documentary yesterday, and she's doing a couple of parts to it. She is going to bring the rest. My thing is, I'm not blaming the attorneys. I'm just saying that some due diligence should have been done as far as the background of the individual, especially when you're bringing him to a talent like Mr. Kelly. You should, everything, dot all your I's, cross all your T's. That should have been done. That's with any company, with any kind of thing. You got to check the person's background. You have to check it in order for you to really, yeah, you do need Patreon, yes. Hold on a second. Let me bring Dom in. Hold on. Hey, Dom, what's up? Dom, is that you? Hello, is this Dom? Dom, are you not saying anything? Is this you or somebody else? All right, I'm going to kick you out. I don't know who you are because you're not saying anything. Okay, you remove him. I don't know if that was Dom or not because he didn't say anything. Bora said he gives his reference through his lion teeth. Steve didn't know that man. They introduced him to Steve. So Bora, okay. Why did Steve even after he left, you remember he said he was going because his mother was ill or whatever. Why did Steve says that even a post that Steve's like basically giving him like I don't know how to say it. Verifying him, like, because when he quit, he claimed he quit. He claimed that his mother was ill. So why did Steve give a like a heads up, like he'll be back type of thing? Because he did say it. I'm trying to pull it up now. Hold on. Just bear with me. Oh, here come Dom again. Let's see if he talks. Hello.
Yo,
Hey,
good,
what
y'all.
happened?
My bad. My phone. I had to get some stuff situated. But yeah, no. I just wanted to come on real quick. What's good, everybody?
What's up?
I just wanted to look. I wanted to give my perspective. Obviously, doesn't make it right. I don't even know anybody in this case, whatever. But I was just thinking. Okay, so for example, I do think okay they should have vetted this man. That's just a fact, right? But I think what happened was you got to think whether we like it or not. We're all R. Kelly supporters and fans, but a lot of people don't like R. Kelly right now. You know, the court of public opinion think he's guilty, whatever. So a lot of people don't even want to touch his case. You know, and I think what happened was this guy was he's a great manipulator. He had me fooled just looking at him on the TV. He knows how to talk well. He presents himself well. I couldn't believe he was even had any a felony. You know, just looking at him, he doesn't seem that type of dude. But you got to think he fooled Gayle King. He fooled Dr. Oz. He's fooled attorneys. He's fooled a random Joe Blow on the street from the gym. I mean, this dude is he's very calculated and very manipulative. Like, and I don't think it was necessary. I don't agree with. I don't think it was Steve that was like, you know what, let me get him. I think it was kind of a last resort. I think it was they didn't have nobody, and and I think he was maybe referred to, and Steve was like, hey, I have enough stuff on my plate. Let's get this dude, and they just kind of did a soft, just like they do a soft credit check. I think they did a soft background check. They didn't extensively look into him, which
You
yes, I
you
think that
don't
is
have to
wrong.
extensively look, because when I first met him, you know me.
Right? No, I know.
I
No, I
went,
know. I know. I already
I
know. I
went,
already know.
I went and pulled, checked this thing. I was like, "Oh, this guy is a crook,"
Yep.
right?
And
But
and
then this is me and the girls was talking. We're talking behind the scene behind it, back in because it was an incident that happened, and that's
mhm,
why we started looking into him. And then
mhm.
back then we saw it, and so it's like it wasn't private; it was public record. So it
Right.
was like,
No, and I totally agree with you, Sylvia.
mhm,
And but this is my thing with that though. I do think that I think what happened was just from me looking from the outside looking in. Now I'm looking at the situation. He
mhm,
said that he was stepping away because of his parents had passed or what his mom, whatever was sick, whatever he said the situation was, right?
mhm,
That
mhm.
was in July of 2019 or June. I don't want to get the dates wrong. It was either June or July
It was
26th or
it
something.
was June,
June 2019.
June 19th. And then I saw him in New York in August. He
Okay.
came to the courthouse in New York in August. He didn't get on the camera, but he
But
was
he was
there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what happened was just from me looking at an outside perspective, right? I think they brought him on the team, whatever. And then he, you know, according to some people, just from what I've seen in the YouTube streets and whatnot, they have said, Mr. Kelly, R. Kelly said, I'm not really rock this dude. He didn't really like the way he was moving. And speaking of Darrell, yeah, he kind of felt funny about this dude, right? But he ended up doing the interview, right? He did the interview. I think in those months, February, March, April, May, people seeing this dude is moving a little funny. What he's saying, he's going on saying, I wouldn't leave my daughter with nobody accused of pedophilia. He was saying stuff like that. And it was just too much that was adding up, if that makes sense, And I think that's when Steve stepped in and said, you know what? We're not doing this. We're going to let this dude go. Let him go. But he didn't want to make it a big thing and say we fired him because he was doing this. He's a scammer. Because there's already so much drama surrounding this R. Kelly case. And that would just be just crazy. They hired a scamming, whatever. That would be news headlines and whatever because the man was on Dr. Oz and this, that, and the third. And it would just be a whole just ridiculous mess. You know what I mean? So that's what I think happened. I think they noticed he was moving funny and they did this and let me dig a little bit. And then, little stuff started coming out and he was doing this, he was doing that. That's when they said, you know what? Nah, you got to go. But they just didn't want to make it a big deal. So they said his mother passed and then he probably wanted to show up to the court after he was let go just to make it seem like everything is cool. You know what I mean? But he just left because of his parents, but he still supports R. Kelly or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Mhm.
You know, it's crazy though. It's crazy. Um, I mean, this man had he called. I couldn't believe they say he called Gail King up like privately. It was just like, yo, whatever, whatever. I was like, yo, if you have her food, like Dr. Oz, I mean, come on.
I'm not.
Mm,
As far as them, I don't know. I could give you my opinion that this guy's record was out there. Um,
right. I feel you.
for you to, I mean, with anybody, any company, any kind of celebrity that with that status, you would check the background of the people that's coming towards him,
But
especially being, um, with the situation that's going on right now. You got to vet these people. You got to.
I agree. I'm seeing, and I'm 100% with you, Sylvia. But check this out. Like, let's say, for example, um, you have to move to New York, right, from Atlanta, and you have this car that you own full outright, and you need some money because someone in your family is dying sick, and they need 20,000, and you have a car that's worth 25,000, and you're like you own it outright, and you're like, man, you try to go to a dealership, you go to 5 people, you put it on Craigslist, you put it on Google, no one's buying it. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to let this go. But someone's like, look, I got 15,000 cash right now for this car. You're going to be like, okay, I'm going to let that go. Boom. And that's what they did with this situation. No one touched, for example, when the attorney had came onto the show, and she was kind of like, no, I wouldn't even represent R. Kelly, for whatever reasons, right? I don't know. That's not besides the point. I'm just saying a lot of people don't even want to touch his case. You
But
know what
there
I
are a lot
mean?
of people who do that don't have a shady background.
Right.
There's quite
I'm
a
with
few
you.
people who were willing to be a publicist for him because of the notoriety and the
Yep.
publicity that's given to them but
I'm
they're
with you.
not looked at all. But
I'm with you. But
the
but but
goon
but
is looked at.
right. But Sylvia, what you have to understand is they didn't go find him. He puts himself. When I was watching that Tasha K thing, he puts himself in position. Like they said that he was he places himself in certain areas to where it's he can manipulate people. Does that make sense? He's not in
Yeah,
the hood of Chicago. Someone's gonna
in
be like, nah.
his interview, he said he's hired by Steve. That's
Right.
what
He
he
of
said.
course he's gonna say, but of course he's gonna say that though. Of course he's gonna say that. You know what I mean? Of course he's gonna say that. He's not gonna say he's hired by Mr. Kelly, but he's gonna say he's hired by Steve. Because he said he's contract work or whatever, he's not getting paid, whatever. But that's what I'm saying. He
But
put
then
himself
Steve verified him when he left. He tweeted about him.
because it's professional. What did Steve Greenberg say when Anton was left? What did he tweet? He gave him a professional see you later. Of course he's not gonna say we fired him, da da da. He's professional, he's an attorney. He's
Well,
not gonna be,
okay, here's a message. Avenatti sent out a message on around December. He says, R. Kelly and S. Green Law, whatever. Right?
mm-hmm.
Remember this guy? Question mark, and then he has justice. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Steve tweeted back, 18 seconds. Hey, Mickey, long time no hear. Of course, I am still blocked by you, so someone had to send this to me.
Mm-hmm.
How about this for an idea? I'll worry about my case and you worry about your trials. The difference the difference being in my case, I'm not the defendant. I hope you find justice. Good luck.
Right. Yeah.
That's not
He was being
professional.
petty. He was
That's
being
petty.
petty. But he wasn't. I'm sorry. I stand with Steve. I'm gonna keep
I'm
it a
not
buck.
saying
You
I'm
know.
not here to stand for anybody. I'm just saying why is this guy he was even allowed to be in the presence of Mr. Kelly, especially if he had a
Telling you.
background the way he had a background. That's all
I'm
I'm saying.
telling you. That's what it was. I'm telling you. So for example,
So for
let's
this
say
desperation, you just get the crook of
yes,
the world.
yes, yes.
So
That's what people do in desperation. Do anything. You see the lady, the bald lady, what she did in desperation? She gave that man 24,000 in 9 days. In one day, she gave him nine or whatever, 4,005, whatever she gave him. In one night, he called her back and was like, "Yo,
here's the deal. You remember she
desperation."
said, this is what she said.
I'm
She
telling you.
said she still had the thing feeling inside. She just decided to keep going that way. Her husband even told her don't do it.
Yeah, she was stupid. Now, after the first payment, I would have been like, okay, what's up? I need paperwork. I need this. Me personally, I would have been I need something. I'm not gonna keep paying you. But again, you have to think certain people they can't read that. You feel me? Like they can't read that. And her mom just passed. She trying to get help for her mom. Desperation calls for desperate measures. That's what people do. That's what people do. When they're desperate, they will do anything. When someone just like a drug addict, they will go have sex for a hit of some crack. Would we ever do that? We'll be like, hell no. But does that make sense? They'll go suck in any random person on the street, some random old 90-year-old dude for a hit of some crack. So think about that. People do that. And I'm telling you, I think what it was, they didn't go find him. He put himself in a position to where he was in that circle, if that makes sense. He knew someone that was that knew someone, not necessarily. I'm not saying per se in R. Kelly's immediate circle. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he put himself because R. Kelly has hundreds of professional people of his team that are placed, attorneys and PR people and all these different things, so he puts himself in the position just like he does in his neighborhood. you know he puts himself in a position where they said that it was older people and gullible people, and they don't really know, and it's predominantly white. He said black people don't pay their bills and stuff like that. That's what this dude is doing. So he knows how to manipulate you. You feel what I'm saying? And she fell for the bait, and whoever else did. I haven't seen, we haven't seen regarding, but it wasn't R. Kelly and then went and found him. He was just positioned, and I think he was referred to Greenberg, and Greenberg was like, shit, I have all this thing on that documentary when he said he had all of these, they said, how hard is this or whatever? And he said, it's a 12 or whatever he said it was. He is stressed. Look at Greenberg when he was before he was doing go to the court TV and all these things, before he was representing R. Kelly. And now look at him. That man is stressed. So he was just like, shit, let's do it. And they did it. And they paid luckily I don't think he necessarily got money from R. Kelly and them, because he even said out of his own mouth, he said, I didn't get anything, And then they started seeing that he was just moving funny, and I think that's when they was like, nope, can't do it. That's what I personally think, just outside looking in, and that dude should go to jail, because that's wrong to be scamming people like that. And then to lie on your own parents saying they're dying for some money.
Maybe they are dying. Maybe they dead already. That's why they lie so easy.
Yeah, that's true. And then not only that, the man is walking around. And you know what's funny? When I was watching the thing, I was like, yo, I remember when, I can't remember which interview it was, when he was like talking or whatever, Darrell. He was talking and, about, R. Kelly. And I was like, damn, he actually, I said, because he was wearing a gold Rolex. So I said, this dude is well put together. He is professional. And I even kind of wondered, I was like, well, he clearly is successful. That's what I said. I said, I don't know where they found this dude, but I was like, thought to myself, I was like, he makes a lot of money, whatever he does. And he said I remember him saying, I got clients all around the globe, all over the world. So you got to think, this man has been scamming all of these people. And then he's in default judgments, and, he was living above his means, and he was scamming people. That's just what it is. He's a master manipulator. Period. That's a master manipulator. I'll tell you that. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Guy got killed if that was his watch. Wouldn't be surprised. He said he was in the man's house. He said, I've been with Mr. Kelly, going through his phones and in his house for hours on the day. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he stole something, knowing the type of person he is now,
This is his website right here. That's his website.
And it's sad, Sylvia, I do think it's very sad that like you said, if I personally was a, crisis manager or a PR person, I would want to be R. Kelly's PR. But I think where his team, I gotta call it like I see it, where I think R. Kelly and his team messed up. I think they waited till all of this stuff happened, and then they wanted to get a team. And that's why people are like, no, I don't want to touch it. Had he would have got a PR or whatever, let's say 2-3 years ago, I think he would have been, they probably would have still been representing him, just from me looking at other celebrities and whatever, but again, I don't know. So
do you know there's a line of people who wants to represent because it's a high profile case?
Yeah. Just like attorneys.
So for you to say they wouldn't touch, that's not true, because there's a lot of people that wants to touch.
But what I'm saying, it's a handful though, Sylvia. You know what I mean? It's not like it's 90% of the world.
It's a win-win situation for those, whether or not they win. or not, they still will get the recognition that a lot of people strive for, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Because
I
right
agree
now
with you.
he's popular. Every time you see him, you hear about him.
Yeah, I
You know what
agree
I'm
with you.
saying? Bora said they wanted millions.
Mm, mm, mm. Who wanted millions? Oh, she's talking about other PR, like professional PR. That's see, yep. That's another thing. I mean, R. Kelly was struggling as far as financially, so that's another issue. You know, and if this dude's like, look, I take 25,000 right now. Once again, desperate times calls for desperate
So
measures.
how you know you paid 25,000?
I'm just saying. I'm just
Oh,
hypothetically. That's
okay,
not the amount. No, no,
okay,
no. I don't think he even paid him. I'm just saying.
okay, okay,
Let's just say that. You know, but that's not true, guys. I'm not. I don't know that. I'm just
okay.
saying. Versus what Bora Bora said. You know, let's say he goes to Michael Jackson's PR. You know,
Uh,
even Michael Jackson's attorney. If he went to him, he's probably gonna want $1 million or whatever. I don't know. You know, he's gonna want a lot of money versus, he could find, an attorney not that Greenberg doesn't charge and he's not expensive and he's not a great attorney. Because I don't know. I think he is a great attorney. I'm just saying, a high profile attorney or representation and stuff like that. They're gonna off the strength of
but you know the
I'm
funny thing,
known.
people
You know,
hop on these high profile. Let me tell you, some of the local attorneys are way better than high profile.
I feel you. I feel you.
There's some of
Just
them that be like boom, 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 boom. They know the law like the back of their hand.
yep.
And
And
most of the time, they're the one that's doing the work while the high profile get the recognition.
yep. And what's funny that you say that is I had a friend who he got into some trouble and he had to end up getting a because he was drunk driving and he hit someone
Mm.
and he didn't have money and so he had to hire a public defender and the public defender was most public defenders, they don't care. I mean, not that
That's
I
not
don't want to say
true.
that. I don't
That's
want to say
not
that.
true.
I don't
Don't
want to say
say
that.
that.
I don't want to say that. Not that they don't care. They just have a bigger caseload. So it's you know what I mean? Versus someone who's like, here, I'll give you 30,000 cash right now. They're gonna jump on your stuff, if that makes sense. You know?
Mhm.
So they saw that he was a young dude and he wasn't, a bad kid and whatever. And the public defender got him out of everything, and great, I mean, a great attorney.
And
So
there's some jailbird attorney who was a bomb.
right.
Like that
Yeah.
guy who just came out who did that show. What's the name? He did his own case, and
Oh
he's
wow.
rocking these cases now these days. He does a lot of pro bono stuff.
Right.
What's his name? You know
And
the
it's
one that did
tough.
that show.
Um,
His name. Let's see. Anybody know the guy's name?
I don't know who you're referring to. Yeah, I like Greenberg. I do. I like him. Wow, Bora Bora
I'm not
said.
gonna say I like anybody until I see the work done and him get out. That's what
Right, right, but it's not. I mean, it's not
I
just
don't know
overnight.
these. Listen, I don't know these people's background as far as um their rating because
Mhm.
I have not really seen Steve's rating or anybody's rating. I need to go do that, research their rating and stuff like that.
Yeah, I looked him up. I think he's like a 4 point something out of 5. Like it's out of 5. I think he's like a 4 point something. And
I
I mean,
just
he's
what it is yet.
I was shocked one time I was watching like a court TV or something like that on YouTube, and he popped up, and I was like, "This is
But
before."
I just don't think Steve is not the type of lawyer for the federal case because there are others like Shannon Harris is talking about John Gotti's lawyer. That was that guy. I thought he was a good lawyer. That would have been somebody good
Right,
for
but
the case.
Sylvia, you also got to think they are asking for. I mean, Bora Bora, for example. I don't know. I can't confirm, deny. I don't know, but she said MJ's lawyer is asking for 8 million out the gate. You got
I
to
don't
think.
think he's a good lawyer. I'm sorry. I just don't think he might have been
Right.
good back in the days.
For
But
right.
he lost Bill Cosby case, so I can't consider him a
Right.
good lawyer.
I totally agree with you. But my point is, it's about. I'm saying the money. A lot of these attorneys
Thank
don't
you,
want to work for free.
Isaac. Right, that's the lawyer. Yep, that's the lawyer. Thank you, Kenyatta. That is the one, and he does a lot of pro bono work because he got that lady off that was having some issues in another country. She was stuck over there for a crime.
Right. Yeah, I think it boils down to money. That's what I think. At the end of the day, everything is tied to money. And A lot of these people don't want to work. You got to think, a lot of these people don't want to work for free, even though it's a high profile case, because then also too, they're like, well, you one of the biggest artists ever. I need some money, even though it's a high profile case. And you're like, okay, I'm going to get exposure. People are going to see me, this, that, and the third. But then at the same time, you're like, well, you are R. Kelly. How can you not pay me whatever you're asking? You know what I mean? So that's how a lot of people are looking at it, I think, as far as attorneys wise.
Wish
And
I did. Wish I saw it. I saw it last night.
yeah.
Vicky said, "Is it true that he took $900,000 of the money from CBS?" I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
that's supposed to be in part 2. So we'll wait to see part 2 and see what happens with that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy though. If he did that, man, if he was able to scam CBS, I mean, damn.
But he remember that the lady said he was going to get the money under the table. So obviously he scammed them.
Mm-hmm. But see, then you have to go to the root of it, right? Let's say the lady said he was supposed to get it under the table, right? Who persuaded CBS to do it under the table? And it probably goes to his ass. He probably was the ones who persuaded them to do it under the table so he can finesse that money to R. Kelly and R. Kelly's team. You see what I'm saying? It probably was him.
What?
I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
understand what you just said.
I
don't understand what you just said.
Who?
Here it is. Here it is, Amber. I don't understand what you just said.
What do you mean?
I don't understand what you just said. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said I was just saying that oh, okay, so I said okay. So you have to go to the root of who persuaded CBS to a big corporation, big media corporation, to pay out $1 million or whatever under the table, right? And I think that would tie back to him. He probably persuaded, CBS and their representatives to do it under the table because, R. Kelly in the situation or whatever. And then he was going to take that money, take what he got, and then tell, R. Kelly and his team, this is how much they gave or whatever, because it's under the table. There's no contracts or whatever. And then keep his portion and then just give them whatever does that make sense?
But
I think it would tie back to him.
He was getting under the table for himself. It had nothing to do with R. Kelly getting his money.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay. I was thinking it was for R. Kelly and he was just swindling.
He had his own deal because he's the one got R. Kelly to them.
See, and this is my thing too. He was able to call up Gayle King privately. He was just in the store, the grocery store, whatever, at the restaurant, whatever, and he called up Gayle King, was just on speakerphone and whatever. I'm like,
but for him to be able to contact her like that, there must be some sort of rapport that he has with her.
right. And
not only did he did Robert's interview, he had an interview himself. Then he had Dr. Oz interview. He had a lot of different people interviews.
Yep.
So he has the connections.
And so look, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be, bring people up, whatever. But I think, certain people remind me of Darrell. But Darrell was just a professional way rather than being a friend, trying to be a friend attached to R. Kelly. He was being a professional attached to R. Kelly. Does that make sense? Yeah. He was trying to use.
Came to would trust him because they saw he was representing.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people do, when you're attached to celebrity. I mean, R. Kelly said it. All these people, he said in his songs and stuff, all these people want to be attached to him and this and that when everything's good. But then, and he has people who mooch off him and this, all this. I mean, we see it firsthand. Okay. With friends.
Here's the connection. Here's the connection. Him and Avenatti known each other. That is a connection. Avenatti did know Darrell Johnson. Because in that little clip of his YouTube on the Twitter, he says on here He says, "Do you remember this guy?" Question mark, and then he says, "Justice." You remember that? I'm gonna
Yeah.
show you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You should play the video when they were sitting right there, and he was like,
I'm
"I've
trying
known
to.
this guy for life."
I'm not trying to play these people's video.
Oh,
I
okay,
might play
okay.
it on the audio part, but not the video.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you could just play what they were saying, um, that's crazy because he said he's known him for life or whatever his comments were. He made it seem like they've been lifelong buddies or, whatever. So, I mean, this is obviously, I'm not like conspiracy theorist or whatever, but hey, maybe Avenatti, tried to say, put him in position to where he could start working for R. Kelly. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? But if they're lifelong friends, I mean, is Greenberg, even though he's an attorney, right? And Avenatti's an attorney, is he lifelong friends with? You seen the jab he had at him?
Hold on, let me play this. Hold on, let me play this.
Let me tell you something. This guy and I, we were adversaries not long ago in connection with the R. Kelly matter, right? That's right. We have reached common ground. We have reached common ground. We're going to break some bread here, make up. We've been long life friends anyway. All right?
We've been long life friends anyway.
Right. We have found common ground, and it's all about justice.
What was the dispute in the beginning, though?
The dispute? Well, we never had a dispute. Me and I never had a dispute. We never disputed. I always said Avenatti was a brilliant attorney. I had no problem with Avenatti. The problem I had was with some of the things I was just saying. Avenatti always said, "Genius self." He's been a brilliant attorney. So with me, I was a fan always. Okay. I said that on CNN.
All right.
A fan?
This guy, being a spokesperson for R. Kelly, this guy took chicken and he managed to make a little bit of chicken salad. That's all right. That's good. All right.
So you're mending relationships right now, though.
What we're going to do, we're going to have a glass of wine, we're going to make it work.
Okay.
That's what we do.
Mending their relationship. You heard that, right? They were mending their relationship.
Mending the relationship. So you got to think. This boils down to money. Okay? He said he's taking chicken stuff for whatever, chicken salad, right? So money. Then on another occasion, he said, if you have $1 billion, you'll never be in jail, which is not true. It doesn't matter if you did, whatever. It doesn't matter. But he was saying he always is talking about money. $1 billion. Then he says they're lifelong friends. He's connected to an attorney who was just, found guilty of bribery, resulting in money. It's not like it's not like Avenatti did some other type of attorney, like, relationship.
Let me play this other recording.
The same charges a decade ago.
Get all that, bro. Where's my daughter at?
The same charges he had
Kelly
before.
is in there right now in jail. I want to know where my daughter is. Where is she at? Answer that question.
This kid was arrested yesterday.
Answer that question.
Walking his dogs yesterday.
Move.
After he walked his dogs, he was arrested. The Northern District of Illinois and the Eastern District of New York. He's in Cook County right now. He's been held. He's probably going to be arraigned sometime today. He's probably going to have his bond hearing sometime next week. Any questions?
I got a question. Where's my daughter at? Where's Jocelyn Sapp? We don't want to come to hear your lies. Where our daughter at?
Let me talk. First of all, I know nothing.
You don't know nothing.
You going to ask my question?
I'm going to let you answer.
Okay,
go ahead.
But you got to be quiet. Let me talk.
Answer it.
First of all, your daughter, I have nothing to do with your daughter.
We know, but it still has something to do with
Hold up a second.
It has something to do.
Hold up.
We was at the Trump Tower yesterday.
No meeting.
I was not at Trump Tower.
I said we was at Trump Tower yesterday. She wasn't there. Well, being checked.
Okay, so come on. I ain't moved nobody.
No, you a part of his camp, right?
I'm not a part of his camp.
Why are you speaking for him right now?
Hold on a second. Let me explain something to you right quick.
Are you speaking for
Let me
him right
explain
now?
something to you right quick, because I'm not going to allow you to come in here with my press conference. Listen.
What do you mean?
Let's be intelligent.
Wait a
Wait.
Hold up.
Are y'all going to let me answer the
Go
question?
ahead.
First of all, Mr. Kelly, haven't been in Chicago in a week. Okay?
Hold up. Let him talk.
No. Y'all going to let me answer my questions?
Go ahead.
Okay, y'all coming at me as if
This
I have.
family is so funny.
I'm not. Hold on a second. I'm not a part of any camp. I am a contract worker who's hired to do a job. No different from these people with these cameras right here.
So who hired?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't work for Mr. Kelly.
Who hired
I
you?
work for Mr. Stephen Greenberg. Okay. Now, hold up a second. Hold up a second. I haven't been paid.
Are you not a good
Hold
friend
up a second.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him.
I have not been paid one dime. I foot my own way. I do my own thing.
We're not worried about the money.
Hold a second.
We don't care about the money.
Hold up 1 second. Hold up 1 second. You guys came to storm the press conference.
Yes.
Here's where we are. Now let me say this right here.
All right, that's what I wanted to play.
Let's do this for you guys.
He said, I foot my own way. First of all, you scam these people out their money. You did not foot your own way. What he really meant to say is, I don't understand why people sit up there and say, let's be intelligent when you've been to prison. That doesn't mean that you're not intelligent, but I'm just confused. I'm lost. You've been to prison, bro. Like, why are you trying to, like, the parents, that's a whole nother thing. But my point is, this dude is a scammer, and Rebecca, I'm not going to say no names, but y'all can figure out who I was referring to. People always want to be attached to a celebrity. That's just bottom line. And if they're allowed to get in position, you know what I mean? If you're allowed to get in that area, for example, if I wanted to be cool with R. Kelly, right? Let's say I wanted to be friends with R. Kelly. And I know he goes and hoops at, Southeast gym, every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. or whatever, right? And I go start hooping there where it's open runs and I see R. Kelly come in. I'm putting myself in a position to where I can even get cool with him. And then from there, I have to do whatever I have to do. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying as far as I'm thinking this dude put himself in a position to where he can even know someone that would even refer him to a R. Kelly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's just like what I'm trying to say with him. And that's what the lady said, the lady from the little docu, whatever. He's a liar. Like, I mean, he manipulated people.
Hey, Rebecca, please don't put people's name in the chat, guys. Try to stay away from people's name being put in the chat. You can give them nickname, but don't put their real name in the chat. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So that's just what I saw. I think it's crazy. It's crazy, man. That it's all about, but when it boils down to is money. Money. That's all it's about is money. It's sad. People will go to the extremes for some money. This man, okay, this lady said, y'all, let me just tell you, this lady who was on the little documentary, whatever, she said that when she met the dude, this, that, and the third, he told her that he was R. Kelly's this, R. Kelly's that. When he goes to the gym, this is what he said. This is what she said. When he goes to the gym, he's very flamboyant, and he's like, oh, I can't go to this gym because they want my autograph. I'm sorry, but nigga, you ain't nobody to get no autograph. You ain't R. Kelly. You know what I mean? If R. Kelly goes to the damn Walmart, he gonna have a line of people like, oh, can I get your autograph? Can I get a hug? Can I get a picture? That's a big celebrity. That's what any celebrity that's well known like that. So you as let's just call it like it is. Is Greenberg getting a signature? He might have one here and there, but like he's not R. Kelly. Is Michael Jackson's attorney getting a signature, asking for signatures? No. Is Michael Jackson? Yes, because they're the celebrity, So he was making it sound like he's just this big shot, top notch dude when he was just using R. Kelly's clout, if that makes sense. He was using R. Kelly's clout, and what she was saying is that he she told him, she said, well, I don't got R. Kelly kind of money or whatever, and he was like, well, I could take 5,000 or 9,000, whatever it was front. She was like, okay, because she wanted to get her mom's situation situated, whatever. So she does that or whatever, and then she's saying that later down the line, she said that she started like catching on and whatever. So she like started following him and stuff like that. And he went into a certain like gated, nice neighborhood, whereas, you got to there's a security to let you in, this, that, and the third. And she asked the security guard, does this dude live here? And the security's like, no, there's only 2 black people that live in this neighborhood. I've been a security guard for 6 years. Okay. And he's not one of them, but he was trying to give that persona. Then they're saying that he has they repossessed. He was leasing a Rolls Royce, and she found out that he lives 3 blocks from her, and she lives in a nice neighborhood, but it's not where you driving no Rolls Royce.
Yeah, but he pays $8,000 a month rent too.
Right.
So that's not a small house.
Right. I understand that, but what I'm saying is she doesn't have money like that R. Kelly once had. You know what I mean? 150 million. She might be making, a couple 100,000 or whatever, 100,000, but still that's not that type of money. And if this man was paying $8,000 a month for a house, the rent or whatever, and then he has a Rolls Royce,
that's a big house.
Because $8,000 out here in California for a house, that's a huge house right there. So in Texas, that's probably a mansion.
House down here.
That's probably a mansion.
Especially Texas too. Texas.
Yeah.
Houston. Come on, that's a big house.
That's a fact. So this dude was living above his means, way above his means, on other people's expense. That's just what it was. And what he did was, and he manipulated it. I mean, he got the best of people, but he knew how to attach himself to, I think it's mainly R. Kelly, because if you look at it, she was saying that like when she asked like, who are the other celebrities that you work for or whatever, he couldn't really, like he was saying like Bob Kraft. Like, do y'all know who Bob Kraft is? That's the owner of the New England Patriots.
Patriot. He's the owner of Patriots. I know him.
Yeah, that's a billionaire.
And with the prostitution.
Right, and they let him go. That's some other bullshit. But yeah. So my point is, he was trying to attach to these people, and like you should be able to look up, certain people, and then the other names he gave, it wasn't really checking out. And she was like, no, I know you from somewhere else. And then I guess he said he doesn't have many black clients, but he said that he does do, I'm referring to Darrell Johnson, y'all, who worked in R. Kelly's whatever, as his whatever, PR or whatever, crisis manager. But he did say R. Kelly, and that's when she was like, that's where I know you from. So that's how a lot of people know him, because he was on TV. And think about how many views just that R. Kelly interview got. Collectively, I don't know how much, but I would assume probably 15, 20 million at least views, and he was on the camera in the interview, helping him out. And then he was speaking out on multiple occasions. So, he finessed. That's just bottom line.
Hey guys, I just got a message. Somebody's talking about me again.
Hey.
Thank you, Bullet. Bullet shared my live. He's sharing the live right now. But
who's Bullet?
It's a guy that a Bullets Gotti. That's his name. Bullets Gotti. He's a YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
He always shares my lives.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's been sharing my live for a while now, since I've been on.
Right.
And consistent.
That's good. Yeah, I wouldn't let people distract or whatever. But yeah, that's just how I see it outside looking in. That's what it seems like.
I still say, here's my deal. I know you guys disagree with me, but I still say, as a person who's bringing a person around a celebrity of Robert's caliber, we got to do some vetting. Got to do some vetting. You just can't let everybody around him, especially with the situation going on right now. This is the time you got to make sure all the
You know,
I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, making sure these
still
people
yeah.
don't get around him and not, especially right now, especially right now.
I agree.
He
And I'm gonna
got,
tell you a funny story. And this is a perfect example now that I'm thinking about it. So my one of my homeboys who I used to kick it with, he knew a very well known producer. Okay, like who produces all of these rappers, Future, Young Thug, all these people, right? We go to the so he knows this producer dude, and he's cool with him. Like he was um, hanging out, and like if he sees him, he was good. They've hung out before. He's not best friends with him, but they're cool, right? So he put himself in position. One time he not me, but he was around Young Thug, right? He met Young Thug's brother. The dude's name is he raps. I can't think of his name. Duke, YSL Duke. He met him, right? And he said, "I know this producer." He got so close to that because of the name drop. I'm trying to say because of what Bora Bora said. He name dropped that he knows this producer. I'm not trying to give names all that, but now this dude is in Future's camp. Like I'm talking about, he's riding in Future's Bentleys, posting Snapchats with him. Future gave a couple lines to him in his song. In his most recent album, he shouts him out. He's in his camp. And my point is, he finessed his way into that camp, and now he's best of friends with Future. Just because he name dropped of that he knew this producer dude. You see what I'm saying? So, and this dude, I'm telling you, he be on Future's Snapchats and lives, everything. And I'm like, that shit is crazy. Like, I know this dude. Like, I went to school with this dude just a few years ago. And we went to he introduced me to Young Thug. We went to this party, or like at a club. He was performing. He introduced me to Young Thug and his Young Thug's brother Duke. And I was just like, that's crazy. Like, we was having a good time. But me, I'm not thinking like, oh, I'm not thinking like that. Like, let me, try to meet this dude like that, as far as let me get in his camp or let me befriend him. Like, I wasn't thinking like that. But now I'm looking at dude, I'm like, damn, this dude is really like, he's very like my homeboy. He was very like not aggressive with it, but like he was just, I don't know, just being like low key thirsty. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when we in VIP, he's like trying to get closest to Young Thug and like snap with him and vibe with him, put his arm around him. I'm just at I'm at the little by the little table. And I'm just like, I'm chilling. I'm not like that. You know. And I was like, this dude's really just being extra. But that's what he did, and now he even has songs with like he made Future and Young Thug made some songs, and he's cool. He be in the studio, and now he knows other celebrities and rappers. It's crazy, you know. Yeah, cloud chaser.
yeah. Bunch of it.
Forensics. I got you. I'm totally with you, but that's not his job. Like that's not his job, though. It's really not. It's really not.
What'd you
I'm
say?
just saying.
Who's background? What? What's the
He
question?
said, he said Greenberg should have known better. Did he run a complete background check? Could have performed a TLO
It's
before
still his
activating?
job. If you're the
Not his job.
person that's hiring the person, it is your job.
But that's my
It is.
point, Sylvia. I don't think he hired him. I really don't believe
Why
Greenberg hired him.
did the dude say he worked
Good.
for Greenberg? He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think he hired him. I just don't. I'm just being real. I don't think he hired him. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's good to go? Okay, thank you. Have a good one, bro. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So
I agree with forensic.
I'm with that. You know, I agree with that, but I don't think that's his job, though. That's not his job. And not only that, he has other cases too. It's not like R. Kelly's his only case. He has hundreds of cases that he's working on.
But I'm saying it's his truth because if this guy is putting out your name that you hired me, that he hired you, it becomes a responsibility.
But he eventually, I think he found out that this wasn't legit, and that's why he was let go. That's why he was let go. You know?
You know what forensic said? Lead counsel is in charge and approves everything, bro.
I don't care. I'm not faulting Greenberg. I'm just not. That's just how I'm not faulting Greenberg at all. Because I think Greenberg is so busy. I'm telling you, it was desperation, Sylvia. I'm just telling you. It was desperation.
Hey Dom, I agree with you. I agree with you, but I ain't gonna say it to Sylvia, so I don't get cussed out. But
no, you're not gonna be cussed out. I just
keep it
agree
real. If you feel a certain way, bro, keep it real.
His work checks out. He would seem to be credible. No one wanted to do it. No one wanted to work for Rob, so they hurry up and do it.
Not no one. I don't want to say no one, bro, but I would say a smaller percentage of people don't want to, or excuse me, a bigger percentage of people don't want to work for our
Kelly. Because
that's just what I'm saying.
That situation, when you do, and then your name gets all thrown around all crazy.
Right. Yep. So that's just what it was, you know.
From a background of hiring people and that
but Sylvia.
Well, hold on. Let me get my speaking. Hold on, dude. Hold your horses.
What you eating on? Ship me some.
I had to slip and get me some food. But anyway,
go ahead.
As a person coming from a background of hiring and firing people and things like that, you do have to do your due diligence when you're bringing somebody on board, period. You have to.
But Sylvia,
but then you get situations like this.
Okay, so is his title
it don't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
What am I trying to
What is that? If he has people he hires like Nicholas, he hired Nicholas, so he's gonna let Nicholas come there and say, "I'm a lawyer, don't have a degree, don't have a law degree."
Okay, but is he HR? So if you go to McDonald's right now, you're like, "Look, I want a job, this, that, and the third." They have a HR hiring manager.
Then what? Okay? How do Steve hire people? Hold on, how does Steve hire other attorneys onto his firm? How does Steve hire other attorneys into his firm?
How does he hire
and secretaries and all that? How did he hire them?
He has an HR person. I'm assuming he has an HR person. That's just bottom line. That's if you're operating your business the right way, you have a HR hiring manager. Any business, you can go to McDonald's, Taco Bell, CVS, Dollar Tree. They have a hiring manager. That's their That's their title. That's what they specialize in. And with this case, I'm telling you, he put himself in position. He was referred to, And this man is a very master manipulator.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That's just what it is.
Diggamy says Greenberg does interview. That's what Diggamy just said.
Okay, so if Greenberg did interview, he went off the strength of this dude's what he was saying, and that
But
dude
you gotta
is a
go
very
do a
master
background
manipulator.
check, guys. That's why
He's
you
a
get
master
stuff like
manipulator,
this.
though. He's a but look, Sylvia, check this out. If you wouldn't have known, let's say, okay, let me just tell you this. Let's say Tasha K didn't premiere, like a week ago or whatever, and she didn't say have to drop that little trailer. Let's say she never dropped that. Would we have ever brought up?
I did my background check on him. Remember, I knew.
You did.
I knew back in 2019.
So
right,
why,
but
why
what I'm saying is though, right?
Because it's a hot topic right now.
Why is it a big
Before I even had my YouTube channel,
it's a hot topic, but you added his lawyer into it. It's not just about Greenberg. I mean about Darrell.
I said, here's what I said. Why would he hire somebody with a background like that?
And we responded and said,
Hey,
he
I
probably
agree.
had an interview. The interview went great. His credentials checked out.
His credential did not check out.
To do a background check.
His credential didn't check out. You're breaking up, John. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Okay, I'm going through a bad area. 1 second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me better now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go to.
Oh, there you go. You're going back out. You sound like a robot again.
That's the usual.
Can you guys hear me better now? I'm on 5G. Can you hear me better?
All right, hold on.
Hello.
Scott. Yeah, we can hear you. All right.
Okay. So if I go to McDonald's and I go and put in the application, right? And you know how they say job experience, right? I could go say that I worked for Taco Bell. I was a manager of this place. I was a manager of that place. 9 times out of 10, those people will look at it and say, okay, cool. They're going to take you at your word. Some they will call and do all that. But a lot of times they are just looking to see your experience, because not most people aren't going to just lie about that. You feel what I'm saying?
But I've done a job interview and I lied about my experience, got the job, and never had a problem. So there was never no need to call the place to see if I really worked there.
Right.
Because that's what they do when you mess up. Then they start checking in.
Right.
Well, certain companies do more than that. Certain companies do more than that. They do an actual background check. They check your references as well as check your education. Like my company, we went and contacted the school to make sure you graduated and had a college degree or high school. Whatever you put down in your paperwork, you had to have it. If not, you get canned. No matter how long you worked there, they'll find that if they took like 6 months to find it out, 6 months they found out you didn't have a degree, you're out the door. That's the way they operated. That's it. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
And most people who do that, though, they only want the job for that temporary spotlight anyway. They don't care 6 months later.
I'm just saying if the company takes that long, but most of the time they get you out before then. I'm just giving you an example. No matter when they find out, you're out. You're out. You don't even get hired. Like a friend of mine applied for a job and they were like, no, your background didn't check out with what you said. Especially like the drug tests and stuff. Oh no, they don't let you in.
Mitzvah. What I will say is, me personally, R. Kelly is a bright individual. Okay, that man is smart. I've never talked to him nothing. Just looking at his music, his interviews. Just because he can't read or write, that he's not dumb. That man is very smart.
No, he's not talking about. She's not talking about Rob.
No, I know, but I'm not finished. What I'm saying is, R. Kelly is a very bright individual. He hired this man. If he felt something was fishy or funny or phony, and
Who hired who?
come on now, he would not be an attorney for him. He wouldn't. I'm just keeping it real. He wouldn't. That's just what I'm gonna say on that.
All I'm gonna say is don't look me up, Sylvia, because I've been bad.
I have no reason to look you up, sir. Y'all are thinking that I just look up people for no reason. I have to have a reason to look you up. There's no reason. You're not in my interest.
Investigators.
I'm not interested in nothing that you do. None of y'all on here, you know. But if you have connection or you saying you with R. Kelly or that, I'm gonna check you out.
Right. And nowadays, with
I'm not gonna sit there and act like.
Let
me tell you something. Even when I was dating and all that, I had to check the dude out. I had to see if he had some sort of criminal background, if he killed his mama, if there's something out about. That's just me. Now, if he's cray, that's different. But as far as having some public record and all that, I knew all that.
Part of that though, I'm gonna have to start looking these girls at.
Hold on a second.
It's good to look up people when you know if you about to date them or something. Shit, you know, if you're getting serious, you know, if you just messing around, I mean, it's not that deep. But
they get the pass if it's a one night stand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They most definitely do. Now, if I'm about to be marrying you, I need to know, you know, I need to know everything. I need to know who you slept with, all that. Nah, I'm playing.
No, that's doing. You can't know that.
That's yeah. I know. I'm playing, bro. I'm playing. I don't care. That don't got nothing to do with me. That don't got nothing to do with me. Now, if you was on trial for murder or you killed somebody, I need to know that type of shit off rip.
So you got to make sure they was found not guilty.
Mitzvah. I feel you, Mitzvah. I mean, I do feel a certain type of way too, but like, I just don't know what he, you know. I mean, he chose him, so I don't really want to, you know, because at the end of the day, they are the ones who they're not in control of his stuff. But like, we can't bash his attorneys. We cannot. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna bash the attorneys. I'm not. I won't. I never even bashed Anton. I said he was moving funny and doing funny stuff, but I said he was a great attorney, you know? And I don't know what these attorneys have and what they don't have. I don't know. They're not going to tell us everything, you know? That's what they do. That's their job, you know? And I could tell he's stressed. Like I said, look at him 3 years ago prior to taking on this R. Kelly case. He looks very stressed out, you know? So, I mean, I can't fault him, you know, and we just, as fans and supporters, we want the event. That's what we want. Steps and let the attorneys do their job, let the prosecute, all that, you know.
As a supporter, it just don't look.
I think he's not good. Right, it just doesn't, you know. And we as supporters, if we really supported R. Kelly, you wouldn't bash him, and that's how I feel. You know, you can feel however you want to do. I personally just wouldn't.
All right, forensic. See you later. All right, I'm back. I was on a call.
Now we can critique some things that they've done, but bashing, I don't think
Who's
that's
bashing?
fair.
Who's bashing? I ain't bashed nobody.
No. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying we
Okay,
can't.
wait a minute. Hold on, bro. Hold your horses. Hold on, bro.
No, I'm not saying no one's bashing.
Okay, I'm gonna say, wait a minute. Hey, my opinion is my opinion. I ain't bashing nobody. I didn't say nobody.
No. I think that it's fair to critique, as far as like, if they didn't get emotion in or whatever. But they went to law school. They know what should be done. I mean,
No, just because you go to law school don't mean you're a good lawyer now.
I'm not saying that. But if you can get R. Kelly to hire you, I mean, you got to be a damn good attorney. I'm just saying, you got to be. If you could get R. Kelly to hire you, that's a celebrity who's been in the business for 30 years. So I mean,
I understand what you're doing, Dom K, Mr. 313. I respect it, but I just going by what I see and have read. Okay, that's what Miss says. It's
yeah.
it's a critique. That's all. That's what she says. She's critiquing.
Okay, yeah. And some things
Hey,
I might fail.
Red Bunny said he hired Greenberg for financial stuff, not these cases. Originally, that's what Red Bunny said. And Amber said, I think the legal team have been compromised some way, not the attorneys necessarily. It's a lot of handling various aspects.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do.
Here's the deal, y'all. This is just opinions, y'all. This is not concrete evidence. It's not concrete stuff. This is just people's opinion. Now, as far as the stuff that I showed, that's concrete evidence.
Right.
But we all have our opinion, and everybody's entitled to every single opinion. That does not make me right, does not make Dom right. It's just what we perceive and how we feel about it. And everybody's opinion is welcome, whether I like it or not.
Exactly. That's what opinions are for, and I'm the type person, I'm very open. I'll tell you exactly how I feel, whether you like it or not, whether I don't like it or not. I can take criticism, just because of how I was an athlete my entire life, and I might not have liked it, but I always would take criticism. That's why I'm so easily open to it, and it won't.
No, you're not open to it.
I am. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Me and you have argued stuff, on multiple occasions, and it wasn't like, oh, f you. Like, it's just I feel away, you feel away, and that's just what it is.
At the end of the day, it's not us.
Yeah, we just we feel a different way. It's not a bad or good thing. It's just you feel away. You can't tell someone.
That's why. Let me tell you something. That's why they would never put me on the jury, because you will never persuade me.
Right.
I will be with the one that's holding out. They be like, "Dang, Sylvia won't go." Nope. If I believe it, nope. Is that I stick to my convictions.
I feel you, but I see, like, I am open to seeing. If you think otherwise, I would like to see your side. I want to see, and then I'll make my decision.
You have to really persuade me.
But yeah, you do. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm very. It takes a lot for me to change my mind. Once I'm set,
to be a Sagittarius have to do with having.
I'm telling you that because that's how we are. We're very strong-willed, strong-minded.
I'm strong-willed. I ain't no damn Sagittarius.
I know.
I am nowhere near Sagittarius, but I'm very strong-willed.
So that's probably in your horoscope too.
Whatever. No, I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, so that's probably, I don't know what a Pisces is.
No, I'm on the cusp, so I could be that Aquarius part of me might come out.
Oh, okay. So you right there. Yeah, we are. Red Bunny, we are very stubborn. Yep. That's right.
Red Bunny, you sound like you're familiar with that.
She probably dealt with one.
She probably won herself.
Okay. One or two, right. I think she is.
She probably won herself.
You want to know something funny? Sylvia and 313? You know who was a Sagittarius? Oh, so lovely. And me and her was the same way. We going all out. That's how we are.
Ex-husband.
Oh, see, yeah. So she knows. She's very familiar with it. Damn. Hey, well, Red Money, I can change your mind.
Guys got Kels. Let me tell you something.
I can
You
change
met
your
a
mind.
Pisces that's not sweet.
That's funny.
You know what? Let me tell you something. God's got Kel. I'm like one of the most hated Pisces ever. 'Cause I don't mind being hated. Believe me.
Oh, so Sylvia, I had a
Huh?
question.
What's up?
I forgot to ask you. Sorry to like change the topic, but what did he go to jail for? Do you know?
Being a
Referring
crook.
to
Being a
okay,
crook.
so because she said he served time, do you know
Yeah.
what his charge was? Do you know?
Hold
Or
on.
you
I have
don't?
to go through my paperwork. Hold on.
Okay, I
It
just
was
want to know
because
exactly what his charge
it
was.
was embezzlement. I think it had to do with money.
Wow, so he been a crook since the
It's like
early
a
2000s.
theft by taking, that type of stuff. He
Wow.
has a lot of. I mean, this is only cases I showed you, 7, 8 cases, right? He has more than that. Sir, you mute yourself. Doing all that freaking noise. He knows who he is.
Who, me?
Some of that noise. No, not you. Know that's not you. You know the other one over there.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
start.
The noise maker over there.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Well, a little bit more time. The noise maker. But what was you saying, Don, before I was rudely interrupted by that noise?
Oh, I was just saying, I wanted to know his exact charge. Like what did he
Theft
serve
by
time for?
deception, Dom K. That's what guys
Oh,
got
okay.
killed said. Theft by deception.
Theft by deception. So he stole something and then lied about it?
Theft by deception. You deceive somebody. Like if you're selling something that's not really what it is, or you
Oh,
taking the
okay.
person and you
So
deceive
that's
person.
what
Okay,
he's still
they
doing.
have a deal for you and the deal's not really a real deal. They lying. You know, deception
So that's
is
what he just did
lying.
with that lady. That's what he did with that lady, because he said he was providing her a service to talk to the doctors and get something worked out with the the hospital for killing her mom, essentially, or basically.
He was
And
deceiving her, yeah.
right, so he was deceiving her and he was scamming her out of all that money, but he was telling her she was getting a service for that, and she never received that service. So that's once again theft by deception.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
he
crazy.
defrauded the people.
Was he convicted of that and did time?
Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
convicted and
he
spent several
served, bro.
judgments. Yeah, he served time.
He served prison time. Like, he's a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, just knowing Greenberg, had he known that, he would never, ever.
But he should have had done that as an attorney.
But he fell through that dude slipped through the cracks. But knowing Greenberg, he would never, ever associate with a known convicted felon. Period. I can tell you that much. He would never do that. So that tells me he had no idea. That tells me he had no idea.
All convicted felons are bad. I mean, people.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But if you're a convicted felon, you also can't get a lot of professional jobs, though, either.
Yeah, you
I'm
can't
just
be
saying.
around certain people.
You can't. You can't. And I can tell you this much: if R. Kelly knew that this dude had this background, he would have stopped. He would have shut that shit down right from the jump. It's different if your blood brother is a convicted felon, and you're this big celebrity, and you hire him as security, or you hire him as whatever. You're not going to hire him as an accountant. You're not going to hire him as a public speaker. I mean, you could, because people change their life around, right? But this dude is still continuously doing what he's doing since 2001. This is 2021. That's 20 years. He's been doing this. And he served. So it's not like he never served, and so he didn't learn his lesson. So he clearly never learned his lesson.
Just like a couple of people haven't learned their lesson that's doing some crooked stuff.
Right. Right. Hey. Yep. I ain't gonna name drop, but yeah.
We ain't name dropping, right?
We all see. We all see what people do. All about that money. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I agree with you as far as he should have been vetted extensively. Extensively. But if you're a good talker, I can tell you that much. You can really, you can. I mean, a lot of people can talk their way through a lot. You know, just me knowing my homeboy, who he was associated with just a producer. Now he's in Future's camp. Like, Future's very good friend. Like, that is crazy. So that just goes to show me he was a very good manipulator as far as talker. But it was to his benefit. He's not doing anything illegal or nothing. It's not illegal as far as compared to Johnson. But I'm saying is, if you're a good talker, you can work your way into something. It's that possible. It's just bottom line. And he carried himself very well. He carries himself very well. You can tell when he's talking. Once I noticed he was
Hold on.
right?
High maintenance got something to say. Hold on, high maintenance got something to say. High maintenance says, "Sorry, bro, little bro, but Kels didn't know his background, but the attorney knows everything about the person they hired to help out with the case." Ooh.
I'm not
That
gonna
sounds
give.
like
I'm
y'all
not gonna give.
insinuating that he hired someone to fail.
Okay, here's TK Moss says it's sad that some people will do anything for money. Darrell has lied, deceived, and conned many people for money. Yep, he sure did.
Now, so
I
did
feel
he
you, but
get
I
conned
I
out of
can't give you
money?
that. I can't.
I thought he didn't get paid for doing what he did.
He didn't.
Well,
He
remember
didn't.
he got paid under the table with the news people, right? For getting
Yeah,
Robert on.
but that's a side. That's like a side hustle. That's like if we're shooting dice and someone on the side be like, "Hey, I got 5. You don't hit your point on the side." Like, you can't be mad at that.
I know where you're coming from because I know your job background and all that. I 100% agree. But I personally do not believe Greenberg himself hired that man. I just don't. I don't. Because why would think about let's break this down, y'all. For example, why would you hire someone where I can just Google your name in a Pacer and look up your criminal background? Why would you do that? Knowing how big this case is. I just don't. And knowing him as an attorney, he's not getting anything from, like, there would be no benefit for Greenberg to hire this man. There would be absolutely no benefit. Now if he was getting $5 million, I could be like, oh, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He has absolute no benefit from hiring this man, a known or a convicted felon. Why would an attorney hire that? I just don't see that. I don't.
Hold on, let me get some feedback from the people in the chat. Hold on a second. Red Bunny said Darrell and that one doc over on the other. Okay, it jumped. YouTube page was close to Darrell too. Okay. All right. The next one says here he's not allowed to talk to outside people, so he don't know what's going on. It's being used against him. Greenberg, no, he not the right lawyer for the case. He's greedy. Oh, okay. Greenberg got bamboozled. Hold on, y'all.
You digging me? No. That's different. And I'm gonna tell you why that's different. Greenberg hiring a attorney. Okay, an attorney will just because I'm a convicted felon, right? Let's say I'm a convicted felon. I just went and robbed a bank right now, but I have a convicted. I'm already a felon. I go rob a bank. I go into a defense attorney's office, right? And I'm like, look, I need you to represent me. This, that, and the third. An attorney will. I have to find one. There's probably some that will say no. Some will. You know, because that's their job. They're a defense attorney. That's their job. Okay. That is completely different. Having a convicted felon client versus having someone on your staff, hiring someone for your staff that is a convicted felon. That's two different things. You digging me? Two different things. I got to just keep it real with you. That's two different things. You know, two different things. An attorney is not going to hire a convicted felon. I can tell you that much. I can call into an attorney's office right now and say, would you ever hire a PR person that has a known, that's a convicted felon? They're going to say, absolutely not. That's just a fact. Why would you risk that why would you risk all those years? He said he'd been in the business for 30 years being an attorney. Why would he risk that for some Darrell Johnson? Why would he do that? You know, why would he do that? That makes absolutely zero sense. I just don't see that happening. I don't. I think Greenberg had no idea, you know, I think he had no idea that this dude was like that. He got, you know, they did get bamboozled. Greenberg and his team or whoever, you know, did that as far as hiring. You know, I think he was referred to and they took him on, you know, and they took him off of quote unquote a soft background check as far as not an extensive one. Okay. And once Greenberg found out, because the dude started moving really funny, that's when I think red flag. That's when I think he said no. They started, then that's probably when they did the extensive background check, found out what he was, or maybe he even got a call from one of these people who he was scamming. I mean, who knows? And he said, you know what? Which led them to look into it and was like, absolutely not. I would never. And they just wanted to be professional. And that's why they said his mother passed away, whatever he said, sick, whatever. So that's what I think happened. Me personally, I'm just saying. Just saying. But I feel you guys' point though. I do see what you're saying, Hi, and you dig me? I feel what y'all saying. Absolutely. But we have to think, that's basically thinking, what was I going to say? That's hypothetically speaking, I would say, you know. I got you. Hi, I feel you. I feel you. I think they should have. That's a fact. Most definitely. They should have. You know, and me, you know, it does, you know, make me mad, you know, but stuff happens. Stuff happens. Sad, I know. Because that does make, but we don't know the backstory though. You know, we don't know. We do not know. I honestly think Greenberg found out, and that's why the dude was let go. That's what I think.
Ready to okay, I'm going to continue reading. Everybody else is here. It says here, Dom K, when you have a high profile case like that, you have to dot all your I's and cross all your every T. Some stuff like this don't come out to hurt your client's case. That is so true. That's what I try to tell Dom. That. No, but Dom won't listen to Sylvia.
I sure the hell will not. I sure the hell will not agree with Sylvia on that. Hey, Sylvia scamming too. So, hey, hold on. Sylvia Tumusini Parks, she has been theft by deception, so take her ass to jail too.
Oh,
right along with her. She been scamming too. She been scamming the people too.
Who's scamming?
I'm playing.
Who scammed me? Who scammed me? Somebody, you say somebody scammed me? Because I sure didn't scam nobody. Whatever I've done, I showed my receipt. I said I was going to give the money to Mr. Kelly. I did give the money to Mr. Kelly.
I know, I'm being funny,
No,
but I said...
wrong one. I'm not the one with part of the dollar for the king. I ain't the one.
I know, I'm playing, but I'm saying I was being funny. I said, you ride along with him. They say you scamming, so theft by deception.
Not Sylvia, wrong one. Happy birthdays, boss lady.
Hold on, Sylvia. I got to correct something because we don't lie on here. Dollar for the
Happy
king.
birthday. I did. You digging me? I did.
That again?
I said the dollar for the king was real until it got sabotaged.
I said he would not associate and hire. That's what I'm trying to get at.
No,
he would not work for her.
Excuse me, sir. Hey, here's the deal. I said that they're saying they're scamming over there about that dollar for the king. I'm saying no, I'm not dollar for the king. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say dollar for the king was a scam.
It was a joke. I'm not even talking about money. I ain't even talking about that. I was being funny.
So Mr. 313 trying to call me out. That ain't
yeah. I was just playing about that. I was saying because they call you a scammer and we're talking about Darrell scamming. I said so they need to take you.
No, he called Darrell con artist.
I was kidding. It was a joke.
That's what I don't get. How is he a con artist if he didn't con Kelly or Greenberg out of no money?
He conned other people, bro.
What's wrong with you? 313, you not listening?
313, have you not watched?
We ain't hear about what he did to other people.
Yes, we did.
Who?
We watched all 5 of them people.
But here's the deal. The reason why he got to those people because he was saying he was a client of our Mr. Kelly. That's what it is. So he's putting him as part of this crap. He's tying himself to R. Kelly. You get what I'm saying now? Okay.
You gonna let me okay it? You okay it for me?
Hey, that's just how I feel. Like, I mean, I'm sorry if I ruffle people's feathers. I'm sorry, but
you're not sorry.
I am.
No, you're not. You can't be sorry. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. So why would you be sorry for something you think?
Because some people might feel
not sorry. Stop lying. You're not sorry.
He hates R. Kelly.
Stop lying. You're not sorry.
I know. But I got to tell the people that.
Stop wasting that sorry for something that's necessary.
He said he was hired by him. Yes. Okay, let me just clarify what I said because y'all are just going crazy in the damn chat. What I said, what I mean by freaking associating and working for. Associating means I'm talking about hiring. He would not hire a convicted felon. Period. Mr. Greenberg would not hire a convicted felon. He would not associate with a convicted felon unless he's representing them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He would never.
Point out. Hold on. Let's go to the next. Lakeisha put a point out. Says, do you think Darrell had a hand in the family being exposed on Gayle King? Meaning, if R. Kelly never did the interview, we wouldn't have really known about the plot. Do you agree with that?
What plot? What do you mean plot?
Oh Lord.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, hold on. You're talking about Mr. Kelly you're talking about R. Kelly saying the parents, whatever, about the parents asking for money and this, that, and the third. You talking about that? Lakeisha? I mean, it's kind of hard to say because, again, my opinion, I don't think the interview hurt him, but I don't think it helped. It's just neutral.
It hurt.
That makes sense.
It hurt because all these people start making memes about him and just making it all these observation and
you're talking about the Darrell interview.
The Gayle interview, yeah.
So what part hurt it though?
Huh?
I didn't think the interview was too bad unless
I can't hear you.
What part of the interview you think that hurt it?
No,
okay,
no,
I'll tell you.
Analyzing.
I'll tell you.
Go ahead, Dom.
What I think that people would say that hurt him was that he was emotional. That's what I would say in the standing up, you know. But you also have to look at, imagine being accused of, you know, having sex with, you know, with a minor. Imagine that. And you're not saying nothing for 20 years. And then you finally get to speak your piece. I mean, are you going to sit there just ha ha ha, hee, yeah, I'm accused for this. And just, no, you're going to be very emotional, you know? So, but in the public eye, they're going to say, oh, well, that's how he acts. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Had he would have just been sitting there and whatever, hey, I mean, they still would be thinking, you know, all these people in court of public opinion, they still think he's guilty, whatever.
Well, yeah,
right?
but they could think that he's guilty, but guess what? He was already proven not guilty. So it's like, who cares what the public say?
Right, I feel you. But bro, you got like I'm just telling you what you asked the question, like, what do you think hurt? That's what I
talking
think.
about Darrell though, not Kelly.
Oh.
Darrell interview.
Oh, no. I'm gonna just tell you. Him being associated with R. Kelly, nothing has hurt him. If anything, he's been helped. That's how he got to use all these people, was by saying, I am the PR person for R. Kelly. And that's how he got all this money for at least the last couple years. Prior to that, he's been scamming people since 2001. 2001, bro. Think about that. So
I thought his stuff came back from back in the 90s.
I don't know. I guess 90s. I guess 90s. I was just saying, I think that's when I can't remember where I saw 2001 at. I think maybe that's when he served or something. I'm not sure. 2000. So at least 20 years this dude been scamming. You know, that's a long time.
He had to been with all that nice stuff he got.
Right. I'm telling you, with that when I seen him in that Rolex and I was watching the interview, I literally thought to myself, I said, damn, this dude must be really good at his job because he has a Rolex on. And I was like, you know, this dude must be very successful. And then he said he had clients from all over the globe. And I was just like, oh, I've never even heard of a crisis manager. I've never heard of that. So, you know, I feel you, Mitzvah. I feel you. I do think, I mean, if he could go back, I think he should not have done the interview, but he was tired, so I can't fault him. But that's just like, for example, I don't know if you guys are, you know, listen to rap and stuff, but there's this rapper called YNW Melly. Okay, he's currently in jail in Florida on murder charges. They say he murdered two of his friends, right? He has a song called Murder on My Mind. Okay, he made it back in, I don't know, 2017, 2018, whatever. His two friends were in the video. Shoot, okay? A year and a half later, I want to say, or I'm not sure the dates, but afterwards, those two dudes were killed. And they're blaming it on him. Okay? And they're blaming it on him. And they're using, okay, I forgot what to say. So they're using that song.
Don't let me scare you, Dawn. Go ahead.
They're using his song as Murder on My Mind. They're saying that that's the type of person he was. You feel what I'm saying? So they're using that as evidence, as a confession, quote unquote, that he's committing to these murders. Okay. So for example, with this, how I'm tying it to the R. Kelly situation, no murder, nothing like that. I'm saying, I'm comparing it. Him doing the interview, they're going to use that as evidence in the court and say, you know, this, that, and the third. Boosie even said when he was on murder trial, they used some of his rap lyrics and said he admitted to this, he admitted to that. Someone has feedback. I'm not sure.
You know who it is.
Well, I just unmuted myself.
Not you. We know who it is.
Okay, you digging me? You good? My fault.
Okay, so Dawn, when you said associate, you ain't say nothing about hire. You added that on afterwards, and associate does not mean hire.
What I'm saying is, what I was trying to say is Greenberg would not associate with a felon. He would not hire a felon. I can
So
tell you
when he
that.
take a felon on as a client, isn't that associating with him?
That's not associating. He's not gonna be going hanging out with him talking business.
You don't have
He's
to
not
go
gonna
hang out with anybody to associate with him like that.
right, but someone on your team though. Let's say you work at I mean, and that's his firm. From what I understand, that's Greenberg's firm, right?
Correct.
Do you think he's getting lunch with, an employee of his or a coworker? Do you think he gets lunch with them?
Go out to eat with his employees. Maybe he might take them out for dinner or something, lunch. I don't know. Could be a
Well,
company
So
gathering.
that's associating with them.
not
That's
necessarily.
associating with them. Okay. Now with R. Kelly and him, for example, R. Kelly's not a felon, but my point is, he has been to understand their client's side and understand the type of person they are, and they have to
He
understand
has to
who they are.
associate with them by
Right,
talking
right,
to them, correct?
right,
Okay, so if he
but
take on
he's
a
there,
felon as a
but that's his
client,
job
he has
though.
to do the same thing.
No,
Exactly, but you said he does not associate with the felon.
but
That's
that's
not a
his
true
job though.
statement.
You digging me? That's
But
his
what
job
you
though.
said was not a
That's
true
his job.
statement, Dom. I know
You
it's his
digging me?
job, but I'm
That's his
saying
job
what
though.
you stated is not a true statement. So he does associate with felons. He just
He
may
does
not
not.
hire a felon, is what you mean to say.
I don't think he associates with felons. I don't think he would hire a felon. This
Oh,
is an
I didn't. If
attorney.
you associate with somebody, you conversate with somebody. You said he gets to know his clients so he can better represent
Yeah, but
them.
that's
That's
his job though.
associating as
But
well.
that's
It's
his
his
job
job,
though.
but that's what he does.
No, no,
So he
okay, okay.
does
An
associate with
officer,
a felon.
a police officer, right? Let's say I pull you over. You're a convicted felon, right? I pull you over for speeding. You're a convicted felon because you robbed a bank back in 1995, right?
I hear you.
You are around a felon, but that's your job. Does that make
He's
sense?
a
It's not like
That's
he's hanging out with
around a
them,
felon to give him what, a ticket because you pulling them over. But that
but that's his
officer is
job
not
though,
trying to get to know someone in order to give him a ticket. But
right?
Greenberg is trying to get to know his client to represent him.
Because that's his job though.
But
That's
it's
his job.
associating as well. So you can't take that word away because that's what he's
You
doing,
dig me? I
associating
think
with one.
you're missing the point. My
You're
point
meaning
is,
that he want to associate with one on a personal level? Is that what you're saying?
yes, he would not do that, and he would not hire one. I can guarantee you that. I can almost guarantee you that. Why would he risk his 30-year career as a
Okay, well, you
lawyer
should
to
stay on a
hire a felon?
personal level. You don't think he would.
I don't think. I'm almost 100% sure no attorney would do that.
Huh.
There's no gain for him. What is Greenberg gaining by hiring this convicted felon? What is he gaining from this?
Oh no,
That's
I
what I
didn't
want to
say
know.
he was gaining anything. I didn't say he knew that he was a convicted felon when he hired him. That's not what I'm
I don't think
saying.
he
My
knew.
thing
He did
was
not know.
association, is what you were saying, that he wouldn't associate with one, which I disagree because he has to get to know his client, and that's going to be called associating
Okay, well, if you want to
because
go
they're
tick
not
for tat,
friends.
if you want to go tick for tat, when I said associate, I'm talking about on a personal level. Okay,
Okay, that's all.
hanging
You
out with.
just had to clarify because your broad statement meant that he wouldn't even take a felon as a client because he can't
Oh
associate with
no.
that
Oh
client.
no 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 no
That's
no
what
no
I'm saying. You
no.
just got to
That's his
specify
job.
what you're
That's
saying.
his
You can't
job.
just be so broad like that.
No, I feel you. That's his job. He has to take. He's gonna have the worst of people, as far as murderers, all that. That's his job. That's what he has to do. A
Hmm.
psychiatrist is gonna talk to the craziest people because that's their job. You feel me? That doesn't mean that they're associated. What I'm saying is hanging out on a person. He's not gonna hit you up. Hey, let's go to Costco. That's what I'm trying to say on a personal level. So my
Right.
bad if I didn't be more specific. He would
Yeah.
not. What I'm saying is Stephen Greenberg, the attorney, he would not associate as far as on a personal level with any felon, and I don't believe he would hire a felon in his law firm. I don't believe that. And that's why I think the dude had to end up let go because he was moving funny, and then they finally did the extensive.
background and found out who this dude really was. And boom, you
Yeah,
gotta
but
go.
and
That's
also
what I
we
think.
are talking about business wise with Greenberg. So even to say that he wouldn't associate with a felon on a personal level wouldn't even need to be mentioned because we're all talking about business wise. So then still to say associate, that's why it fell back on he wouldn't associate with a client that's a felon because he don't associate with felons. So the only thing would be
Okay.
he wouldn't hire him.
What I'm saying is, as far as associating, I'm talking about, okay, I'm talking about just on a personal level. That's just bottom line. Personal level, working with, that's basically, I mean, it's a professional. Okay, that's professional, but still, you wouldn't hire someone as a convicted. I can't go into I mean, McDonald's, you could probably be a felon or whatever, but I can't be hired as a police officer as a convicted felon, right? They wouldn't hire a convicted felon. So that's my point. No one would do that. No one in their right mind would hire a felon. Now it's different. If
Nobody
I'm
will hire a felon. What'd you say?
no. I'm saying, okay, so look, it's different if someone like a R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, all these people, they can hire as far as if it's their brother, their cousin, whatever. Of course, they probably have some people in their family that are felons, and they were on their team as far as security, detail, or booking shows or stuff like that. But as far as representation, as far as an attorney or very professional like that, I highly doubt people of that stature would hire someone as far as being a felon. They would have someone in their immediate circle and hire them as a felon. Yes. I'm talking about a company, just a random company on the street would not hire you as a felon. No law firm would. I can call any law firm right now and say,
So you
hey,
saying any company because you just mentioned any company, so nobody as a felon is hired by a company, or are you referring to a law
I'm talking.
firm?
Okay, I'm talking about a law firm. I want to be specific. A law firm,
There you go.
a police station.
Police
I
station
mean,
might hire one to clean up or something. I mean, what are they gonna do to that police station?
yeah, but yeah. I mean, as far as being a cop is what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure it's happened. People change your life around. It's not like if you have felony, oh, you're the devil, you're the worst person. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this man, knowing his history, his background, and what he does, I don't think Greenberg's law firm would hire him. That's just bottom line, is what I'm trying to say. I very much
Oh,
doubt
I
that.
agree.
So sorry, I should have been more specific, but that's what I'm trying to say.
What you were saying, Dom.
All right, I'm out.
All right.
Okay, it's quiet in the house, huh?
You want me to make noise or be quiet? No, I'm joking.
No, you be quiet. You be quiet. Ah,
What else we can talk about, Sylvia? We need a new topic.
well, I'm about to end this because I'll start the next topic afterwards.
Hey, you can't keep doing this soon as your 2 hour mark come on.
Dude,
You just be
my 2
paying
hours
attention.
up. The other day was a way over type of thing. So I'm gonna do my 2 hours. Now I'm about to get off, and then I'll be ready for the Don Russell stuff.
What happened with that guy?
We'll discuss it in the next show.
There you go.
There was a discovery, so we'll go over that. Sounds good. It was submitted on the 23rd of February.
All right, well, have a nice nap.
All right, guys. I'll see you in a few. Bye. Dom.